Good morning, officer. Welcome to your first day in Virgo City. The time is precisely 6 a.m., the skies are clear at low humidity, and a temperature of 26 degrees Celsius. The sleep monitor indicates that your vital signs are all optimal, save for mildly elevated blood sugar levels and a slightly low potassium. Today, your superior at City Central has requested an audience. You will be assigned your first task as Managing Technology Officer. We are looking forward to seeing how you perform. A Virgo Transit Sky drone has already been dispatched to retrieve you. When ready, please proceed down to the end of the hallway to reach the transport pad. Virgo City wishes you a great day. Sky drone is ready for takeoff. Please ensure you are wearing your safety at all times and to keep your hands at your sides. While we fly, you will be treated to our very own Virgo in-flight audio entertainment, as well as a stunning view of the most advanced city on the planet. Virgo Sky Transit wishes you a pleasant ride.
We are embarking on something. It's not a city, it is not a town, it's an entire country that we're creating from scratch.
A piece of newly reclaimed land.
In just 1 year, a modern new city has taken shape, emerging like a phoenix from the sea.
No corporate income tax, dividend tax, and capital gains tax. It is 100% privately funded.
Green and smart city.
All on an operating system driven by AI and data science.
A prime model of future cities.
Personalized, immersive, embedded, connected, evolutionary, and diverse.
An emerging futuristic urban development.
Template for what the world needs to be in the future.
Welcome to Virgo City. Did you have a good time looking at a vision of the future? It's really great to have you on board with us. Your reputation in both tech admin and mechanical engineering precedes you. Follow me, I'll bring you up to speed on our way to the communications chamber. You probably already know me as a software engineer, the founder and CEO of globally recognized Anima AI Corporation. Since then, I've put my fortunes towards building everything you now see before you. I spent years studying the fundamentals of city planning, nanotech, and artificial intelligence. I'm overseeing facets vital to the operation of the city across government, land ownership, and commercial lines. In short, I'm a god around these parts. Welcome to the central nervous system of Virgo. This is our communications center, or oversight, as I like to call it. Eventually, using a combination of artificial intelligence and nanotech, we'll be able to monitor citizens' well-being in real time. Imagine the ability to prevent disease before it manifests, emergency units with precognitive levels of response, apprehending criminals before they commit the crime. With the help of this tech, we will have the perfect society. No crime, no hunger, no illness. Only innovation. Anyway, that's enough daydreaming. I need you to do something important for me on your first assignment. I have something that needs delivering today. Now I want you to understand this. Virgo City is my life's work. We're creating new land. Recycling otherwise unusable water on a scale never seen before. Truly, we should be the ones getting environmental accolades. We are a paragon of sustainability in action. Who else can make these claims? Children protesting after school on Fridays? Ha, please. An unfortunate truth that activists and bleeding heart liberals don't like to hear is that it's very expensive. It takes a lot of time to develop these technologies. As long as there are vast reserves of oil, and most of the world still runs on this stuff, it's simply not realistic to pass up on certain opportunities to profit. We've already thrown billions in investment at R&D. No matter how well we line those scientists' pockets, they never seem to be able to come up with the kind of numbers that even remotely agree with our projected shareholder margins. I'm going to let you in on some highly confidential information. It's been discovered that there are significant oil deposits below precisely what used to be the shoreline. Imagine that. I'm sure you, or any sane-minded person living in the real world, would agree. This is simply too great an opportunity to pass up. Now, what you know is that Dasatech, our desalination contractor, is a privately held company. What you don't know is that the Sustainability Foundation holding Dasatech is funded discreetly through an intricate global network of shell corporations. The majority of these proxy corporations are ultimately owned by none other than Petrogas. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what that means. Their lawyers have managed to find some room for interpretation of climate legislation, allowing us to fly below any existing environmental restrictions and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. The result of those efforts is this contract. By law, the foreman acting as representative of the workers building our dream city must be made aware of the existence of this contract, and so he's entitled to a copy. Your job for today will be to pay the foreman a visit on my behalf and give him this copy in person. Our sky drones don't operate outside of Virgo airspace yet, so you'll be traveling via the ground from here on out. Good luck.
Junction promised in the marketing campaign 3 years ago. The Saudi Crown Prince's ambitious Vision 2030 and the construction in the NEOM project in Snags.
Since the killing of Khashoggi, most of the international companies, international investors put money in this region. Since the killing of Khashoggi, most of the Crown Prince's ambitious Vision 2030 and the construction in the NEOM project in Snags since its announcement in 2030 process. The Saudi Crown Prince's ambitious Vision 2030 and the construction of Snags was so long, it's then brought by the Saudi state to the
Hey boss, I guess that's who you are. They only send down people looking like you when there are new orders from one kind of boss or another. Usually when they come here, they bring some paper, and I have to do what the paper says. But when I try to go through any one of those stacks, oof, it becomes a little like an alien language to me. Lord have mercy. So, they finally did it. I guess it was always only a matter of time anyway. These people really leave you with nothing at the end, eh? Oh well, nothing I can do, and you're just a messenger. Since you just arrived, it's probably a good idea for me to give you a little tour of the area, eh? Follow me. We'll make our way from the new land to where it turns back into old land. This part of Virgo was made for all the machinery that provides water, electricity, plumbing, and other services to the center. Here, you can see the solar farm, apparently the biggest of the continent. Over here, the water is pumped in from the sea to have the salt taken out. Ah yes, you notice. We are approaching the old land now. This is originally where the city boundary was supposed to end, but they managed to get more of their permits to extend the territory. Nothing really surprises me anymore. After the way I've seen how these outlanders can swerve rules, I swear. Come, not far now. We're almost at the end of the tour for today, boss. There's just one more part I want to show you. 3 years ago, this place was still my neighborhood. This is the house that I grew up in. My grandparents were the first of our family to have their own property. After our country gained its independence, we got along quietly as a small fishing town. Then, one day, the rich man from Anima Corporation, who was always on TV, came to our town himself to make us an offer. He told us all this stuff about wanting to build the city of the future and how it would be so much better for us locals. Jobs with good pay and short travel times were promised. But little by little, the project just kept expanding. They would always make these complicated excuses. And then suddenly, they were even allowed to evict the people who didn't want to leave. Because many of the evicted people were also workers, the bosses built a small camp far outside the city area. At first they said it was temporary housing, and that soon we would be relocated to better bungalows. But that was 5 years ago. Now it just looks like a big ghetto made out of tin shacks and steel containers. Seems like it's all a bit too much for you, boss. Still, you seem like a good person. Your energy is much kinder than any of the previous bosses. Would you like to see the living quarters, boss? I can take you there and back in my minibus. Every day I take some of the crew who don't have their own transport back to the township, but we actually usually have a seat to spare. You're welcome to ride with us. It would be my pleasure to drive you.
Rights to this land the new land has led to storms
is destroying the natural environment.
Shares with 3 others. The new land
Have been living in this
using this
do not be lookers.
Were they evicted in order to make way for your project?
For their own wealth areas, remove from these areas, for their own
shipping container shares with 3 others.
Because of all the
Has led to storms.
construction and development, because of all the construction and development, were they evicted in order to make way for your project?
So many villages
do not trust governments have been living in these areas.
for their own well-being.
Construction, develop for a greener future. There are no more
Their rights to this land recognized
to not for a greener future.
The new land has led to storms and shootout security forces. Say there is major corruption. The new land
for your project.
Hey, boss. I hope you had a good rest on the way. You were asleep for almost 2 hours. This is it, boss. These are the last of us. Those who grew up in this county, and their parents and their parents. This smelly township is all that's left. Soon they'll have no use for dumb hands like ours. The contract will be finished, and the little we still get from them will also dry up. I don't need to explain to you anymore, boss. Have a look around for yourself. Take a good look. When you're ready, I'll take you back to Virgo and you can report success back to the big boss.
I trust everything went well, without any resistance from the workers. This is simply the course of nature. If it wasn't Virgo City, it would be something else. I'd think very carefully about your next steps. Our image is managed by a top-tier team of marketing, communications, and legal experts who ensure that our social image remains polished. Any disagreeable statement against us is promptly flagged and taken care of. We invest millions into maintaining and protecting our vision of the future. A few opposing opinions are never more than a minor irritation. You've already signed a contract obligating you to secrecy and 3 years of employment. If you were to violate the terms of our agreement, it may be very difficult for you to find a job with the levels of economic security you've become accustomed to. It's your choice. You know, if you'd rather play the hero. That's it. Your sense of reason seems to be coming back to you. Have a drink with me. A toast to the future of humanity. After all, what else are you gonna do about it? What can you do about it?